There are 7 SML community YouTubers that perfectly represent the 7 deadly sins. However, there are also 7 SML YouTubers who represent the 7 heavenly virtues. Remember guys, if a YouTuber is in the sinful category, that does not make them a bad YouTuber or creator at all unless they have already been deemed a bad person / YouTuber in the past. So no hate is being thrown to anybody in this video. Without further ado, let's get right into it. The first ones we have are Gluttony versus Temperance. Gluttony means eating lots of food a day for pleasure. However, it can also mean having an insane obsession or the need for alcohol, fame, or even money. And a perfect example for this is Here's Johnny, or previously known as Here's Jeffy. Here's Johnny is a YouTuber who does gaming videos, but formerly known as Here's Jeffy for a long time. He was known to use SML's characters and content farm to appeal to children by making gaming videos with very vibrant and attracting thumbnails, and was basically a money cow. But ever since SML and the crew started the real gaming channel, Logan sent a cease and desist to Here's Jeffy, so they rebranded to Here's Johnny. Thankfully, they now make content with their own characters and still get decent views, so the clout farming has slowed down. On the other hand though, Temperance is the perfect match for XBS. Temperance can be described as self-control and or self-restraint. The reason why XBS earned this category is because in the past, XBS has had a lot of drama on his hands in the SML thumbnail community, on his YouTube channel, and Instagram, and even has a long video about him being made in the summer. But the reason why XBS fell into this heavenly virtue is that he handled most drama well. He wouldn't take it the wrong way most of the time or do the basic wrong things in drama. What caused him to leave the SML thumbnail community at one point was a drama that broke out, and instead of him remotely addressing it, he left the community, but later on he did address some stuff on his XBS Extras channel, which I even reacted to a while back, but the video is now privated. Now XBS used to escalate the drama, but that was way back then when he was younger in middle school, and nowadays his roots have changed. However, there can't ever be a community without envy versus kindness. Envy is the sin of jealousy over the blessings and achievements of others. And this category isn't more perfect than for Froggy Company himself. As we all know, a few days ago I made a video about Froggy Company. And I explained that in 2009 to 2010, when Logan was being really successful on Super Mario Logan, Froggy Company got really jealous, and he made a whole entire channel to start hating on Logan. He would re-upload Logan's videos on there, he would upload loops of him burning Mario plushies, and even threaten to end Logan's whole family if he didn't give him the channel. Thankfully, this was all in the past, and Froggy and Logan are now on good terms, but this sin just describes Froggy perfectly. However, the complete opposite of that is kindness. Kindness is being compassionate to other people. And this category is just perfect for Egolorious. In his videos, he never really tries to get involved with anything, and overall he keeps his videos positive. He always makes sure to say positive comments about whoever he's reacting to, and gives constructive criticism if ever needed. Plus, he is always consistent and keeps grinding, even though he has stated that YouTube isn't even his main passion and that truck driving is actually his passion. But he still continues to be consistent and overall be a positive person in the SML community. Now, of course, a part of life and of any community is hatred towards others. And that brings us to our next two, wrath versus patience. Wrath means extreme anger or hatred towards someone or something. And the best example for this is none other than the very controversial YouTuber himself, Ray Rans. Now I find him perfect for this because of his strong hatred for Logan. He wouldn't directly state this in videos, but he very clearly had hatred towards Logan, because the criticism he would give would just blatantly be hateful criticism and not constructive. And he would mostly just bash on Logan on whatever chance he got. But obviously, we all know that Ray Rans has had his fair share of controversies. If you were to look up his re-uploaded videos, you would see what I mean about him just constantly bashing on Logan. And you guys noticed I did say re-uploaded because Ray Rans is no longer on YouTube because of some pretty crazy accusations and controversies that went down last year. But if you guys want to go check that out, I suggest looking up another video because I will not go in depth on this video. Now for patience, on the other hand, patience is keeping composure in every situation and having the right state of mind. And honestly, I don't know who else I could give this category to but to the man himself, Poobie. Poobie is one of the few SML members who hasn't gotten into any drama at all and always seems to be able to keep a good image. And as we all know, recently he got into drama with the obsessed fan Kara, but even in that situation he kept his composure and didn't even address anything. Rather, Anthony and his wife Rebecca addressed it and took action on it. Overall though, Poobie is one of the only perfect matches for this. And by the way guys, I did not clarify this in the beginning of the video, but I am allowed to bring SML crew members into this list. It is not just SML YouTubers that aren't crew members. So crew members are able to be on this list. However, money is always involved too, which brings us to the next two: greed versus charity. Greed is basically a selfish desire for something, mainly wealth and or power. And this category can have many people, but one rabbit hole that I'm going to cover are the SML compilation channels. These channels are basically a cash grab and have a very selfish desire for wealth. They basically consist of SML marathons or 10-hour SML compilations. And all these channels will come up if you just search up SML marathon or SML 10 hours. These channels simply just download a bunch of Logan's videos and turn them into compilations to make money off them. They do this because when people fall asleep with YouTube on, it automatically plays their video for some reason, because YouTube tends to play longer videos when you're leaving it on auto loop for some reason. Then it stays playing while YouTube is open, generating them free ad revenue and money. Now the opposite of this is of course charity. Charity basically means having a good heart and generosity, or giving away to people in need. And surprisingly, despite all the drama and controversy, I'm giving this to none other than Logan himself. Even though Logan has committed many bad things in the past, he still has a heart for his fans. He has given away hundreds of things his whole entire career, from shoutouts and merch, all the way to expensive electronics, and overall just giving back. Logan has a good heart when it comes to giving back to his fans and being generous. All that drama and all the other scummy things Logan has done aside, this is one of the good things that Logan does as a person. Now we can't forget people who only care about themselves and nobody else, which brings us to our next two: Sloth versus Diligence. Sloth is basically a lack of concern for oneself and others, and or a refusal to contribute. And this title is perfect for DabBH Dude himself. Obviously, it has been obvious recently that Dub has had a lack of concern for himself and his reputation, as his 2 response videos have been outright horrible and doesn't seem to care about his reputation on YouTube and his online profile. He is also basically refusing to contribute on making this community better by not apologizing or admitting to what he has done. There has been so much clear evidence that proves everything he has done, and it just seems like that he will never own up to it, and in general, Dub is in this for the money. However, on the other hand, diligence means constantly putting in a serious effort to accomplish a task, or putting in the effort and the work. And the person I nominate for this is none other than Nate P. Fleming. Obviously, if you are a Nate fan, you know that he has struggled with many mental health issues throughout his career, and also other problems in his life like relationship problems, getting arrested, and even losing his kids. But after all that, Nate still has the work ethic to keep pushing out multiple reactions a day and still putting good effort in his videos. I personally like Nate's reactions a lot, and it is insane how he could still do all that after everything he has gone through. That right there is a prime example of diligence. Now, we all have our views on each other, but how about views on oneself? That brings us to pride versus humility. Pride means an excessive opinion about oneself, and this category is perfect for Rad SML. Now, some of you who weren't on the SML community on Instagram from 2021 all the way to mid-2023 probably don't know who Rad is. He is basically the most popular member of the now dead SML thumbnail community. He and many others, including me at one point, would make thumbnails and ideas for Logan, and Logan would sometimes use some ideas. But the reason why Rad gets the pride sin is because Rad has always been seen to have a very high opinion about himself. He also made music and would very often call himself, quote-unquote, the king. Now, one of the main reasons he said this was because he was the first creator in the community to become prominent, and everyone in the community deemed his music the best. But honestly, his music is not the best in my opinion, of course. But obviously him being the first to get noticed by Logan and get his number and have everyone saying his music is the best helped grow his ego a lot. And I mean a lot. So Rad would have a very high opinion of himself, saying that he was the king, and it basically helped even more that in a way he was able to get away with basically anything. Sadly, nobody ever truly gave him a reality check, but nowadays that community is fully dead and he has now quit making music and moved on in life, and seems to be doing good for himself, so no hate to him at all, and he probably may look back at the face right now and laugh, or who knows, he may still have the same opinion. I'm not sure. Anyways, the opposite of that is humility, which basically means being humble. And for this one, I have to give it to SML YTP or Magical Mario Bros. Now, this one may be controversial because he has had a lot of drama in the past. But besides all that, Brett seems to be a really humble person. I have talked to him before in my thumbnail community days, and he is a really chill dude. All the drama aside, he has never really had harsh opinions about anybody and can be deemed as a humble person. Now finally, for our last two, we have Lust versus Chastity. Lust means having a strong desire for NSFW pleasure, and there's honestly multiple people who could get the title of this, but I'm going to have to go with the SMR. The SMR, of course, also off YouTube, mainly because he also had controversies, but he has had major controversy in this community for lots of things. One of them, though, was him asking for very inappropriate things to a minor. In 2023, a lot of pictures got leaked of a convo that he had with a minor, asking for a lot of weird requests. So therefore, the SMR is honestly the perfect match for the lust sin. However, Chastity, on the other hand, is abstaining from NSFW activity that is considered immoral or improper. And I'm going to give this one to Zoe Williams, aka the ex-manager of the SML store. As we know, she used to work at the SML store, but at one point Logan tried to make her another one of his girls and tried to make her do NSFW related things with him, but Zoe refused as she didn't want to do any of that with her own boss. Alrighty everyone, that was it for the video. I know this was a pretty long one, but if you guys enjoyed, make sure to remember to drop a like and sub. It'd be greatly appreciated. And remember, I want to clarify again, everyone that was in this video should not be hated on. Don't go hate on anybody. I understand that they were sinful, but that does not mean that they are bad creators. Alright guys, peace out. Have an amazing day.